My people, they said the Nigeria is going through a lot right now. As it don't happen, they said that Yoruba land is finally be running over by the kidnapper, Fulani herdsmen, and all the whole terrorists. Their focus is to Yoruba land, as we they talk right now. My people, one guy don't cry, come outside, say him friend, when you want, may take flight. Say the guy they don't carry him for inside the road, and this guy is coming to Igbo land. You don't see him. So even though he's there for Igbo land, they support evil, and now they carry this, you go reach your brother, you go reach your family. Now I want us to watch the video before we come back and continue. It don't happen though.
I still they talk for other people. I still they talk for other people. They don't kidnap my friend. They don't kidnap my friend for I tell this guy, bro, use flight, come back. They tell me say it costs. Fuel cost, this one. Now, my brother, since 3 days now, they still there road. They still there road. Information reaching us now from the mama. Oh God, what did you do, mama? From the mama, they say that they bring money. Even police, I don't know, allegedly. Even police, they are also the bandits because according to the story, those people are on police uniform. They take them inside the bush. From there, they carry them, go. What did that happen? They don't kidnap my guy for now the mama place side and I just go and they come back. Kill the one them. And I know as you see this video now, to come arrest me when the ones. So you have failed us. 2027 now war. You see 2027 now war, no be protest. You see how Nepal take over their country. We will take over our country by fire, by force. Tinubu, we don't want you again. We don't want you. It have touched me. I'm advocating for people. I don't say it will reach my friend Tom. Next turn na me. I don't say next turn na me. I don't say Kennedy, wherever you go, you go come out stronger. You go come out stronger. We go run now. You see that phones? We go run and we go come out stronger. Because everybody from Nigeria na kidnapping that into. Who is supplying those bandits military clothes? Who they supply them clothes? Who they supply them rifle? Who they supply them bullets? In Nigeria, we have air base, air force, we have navy, we have armies, but you cannot locate where bandit is. Who are you fooling? Who are you fooling? You see APC supporters, just avoid me. Avoid me. God.
Those are kidnappers. They just kidnap some people from this car. They are moving towards Ring Road side.
Who are the kidnapped?
I'm saying things are getting better for Nigeria. Things are getting better. For Asiwaju is on the throne. Things are getting better. Things are getting better. Things are getting better.
Alright, depending on your time zone and your location. So, for this particular video, trend in the afternoon, according to the news, they say former minister kidnapped from 1 near one. I think it happened in Oyo State. So, Nigeria is really getting better. We also saw a news that some gunmen stormed immigration office in Ibadan or Bomoshoko or Oyo and kidnapped some people, as you can see from the headlines on Sahara Reporters. So, and again, just like Nigeria is getting better, the third man of the country, Senate President Akpabio, is actually singing for Nigerians. Now, one Nigerians that things are really getting better. So look at him singing for Nigerians that things are getting better. All right, I want you guys to listen to the video from Frank Uto. I don't know what he said about this insecurity. You know, a whole lot of things is happening. So many of us are aware of what is really going on. But this video will actually tell you of what is really going on in Nigeria. Just take your time, watch the video, generate the guy who this particular video, share your thoughts in the comment section, and do well to share this video. And just always so that with you. Enjoy the rest of the videos. I'll be right back.
Hello, Nigerians. So it is a truism that our country is the most terrorized country in Africa, you know, and it's also a truism that unfortunately our country has become the fertile ground for global Islamist terrorist organizations. You know, recently Abu Hilal al-Maliki, the second in command of ISWAP, was killed in Nigeria, and that's quite unfortunate. And Nigeria has always been serving as grounds, sanctuary for these Islamist terrorist organizations. These are not things that happen randomly. These are things that were quite systematic and are very well organized, and of course with the support of people in the highest authority in the land. So if not, it wouldn't have been possible, and that's quite unfortunate. And today I want to say we won't stop fighting until we achieve justice and truth. We have for so long been facing Christian genocide in Nigeria, and right now the spate of terrorism is ravaging the entirety of Nigeria. We've been held under siege by Islamist terrorist organizations. The recent ones are the spate of kidnappings all across, from Benue to Kwara to Niger to Oyo State, where before our very eyes we've seen a Christian teacher being beheaded by Fulani Islamist terrorist organizations. And part of their demand, of course, is the release of some of their jihadists in detention across Nigeria. So you can see what we're saying. These guys are not just mobilizing funds through kidnapping. They've been mobilizing billions and trillions of naira. But of course, anytime they kidnap, they always put up a demand, amongst which are the release of their jihadist fighters that have been in detention. So this establishes the Christian genocide. It strengthens the case of the Christian genocide, I would be saying, because all the terrorist organizations in Nigeria have one purpose: the purpose of the Islamization of Nigeria. And that is why we have suffered the most, and then we, in this case, the Christians, have suffered the most in this, with a collateral damage of some of the Muslims too, which is the truth. So right now we are standing, and we can never sit up. For those of us in America, this message goes out straight to you. For those of us, the Nigerians in America, remember James Baldwin once said, he famously said, "Not everything that is faced can be changed, but nothing can be changed until it is faced." This is where we are. For Nigerians in America, this is the time for all of us to stand up. For all of us, not some of us. All of us, if you really care for your country, you really care for your family in Nigeria, because we're not sure. For many of us, some of us, we've lost so many family members, friends, neighbors, and when the rest that are still living, we are not sure what will happen to them today or tomorrow. We are not sure until we stand up. And so the Nigerian government has failed in this ramification. And every time the Nigerian government has a chance to interact with the government of the United States regarding this insecurity, she tries to divert the attention of the government of the United States by concentrating, by making it look as if terrorism that is happening in Nigeria is just in Borno State, where ISWAP and Boko Haram are concentrated. But the bulk of this terrorism is happening in the middle belt of Nigeria. In the middle belt, from Benue to Plateau to southern Kaduna to southern Taraba to southern Nasarawa State to Kwara to Niger, by mostly the Fulani ethnic militia, who are the most organized and most supported terrorist organization in Nigeria by their kinsmen in government, by their rich kinsmen. So this is the time for us to stand up. And so we, a coalition of Nigerians in America, under the auspices of Save Nigerian Group, we will be organizing one of the most iconic marches and demonstrations in Washington, D.C. on the 20th of June, this month, 20th of June, directly in front of the White House at the iconic Lafayette Park. Lafayette Park has been the park that has hosted all through the ages some of the biggest protests of the human rights generation, of the anti-war protests, protests that have called on the United States to mediate on issues and intervene on issues of life and death. It is an iconic park, and we will be congregating there on 20th of June at 10 a.m. Eastern Time. 20th of June. So all Nigerians in America are invited to this rally in front of the White House. We want to send our message directly to Donald Trump. We want to counter what, some of the messages that the National Security Advisor brought because, of course, he diverted some of these things, some of the realities of what's happening on ground. So we want to tell the president directly what is happening. And we want to call on the president to hasten to his intervention in the Nigerian problem. So please, those of you in Nigeria, talk to your relatives in the United States, wherever they may be, to converge at Lafayette Park on June 20th, 2026, directly in front of the White House at 10 a.m. Eastern Time. The future shall not have pity on those who possess the exceptional privilege to speak words of truth, but have decided to stay mute because of political correctness, indifference, passivity, and the likes. So this is time for everybody to stand up and be counted. For in the words of Martin Luther King Jr., no man is fit to live until he has a cause for which he can die for. So this is a cause that we, the educated Nigerians, the exposed Nigerians, should stand up to defend our country and to protect our people. See you, by God's grace, at Lafayette Park, Washington, D.C., just directly in front of the White House on 20th June 2026 at 10 a.m. Eastern Time. God bless you, and God bless the Federal Republic of Nigeria. God bless the United States of America.
My wonderful people, now don't see as it dey happen. Now so we dey bring and they come. Share this video and drop your own opinion inside comment section.